insensitive to fight you given your diagnosis. Excuse me? We got hold of your medical records. Turns out you're a pussy.
Hello,
Yeah,
mate.
Vegas,
How are
baby.
you?
John,
Vegas.
yes, Vegas. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. Jeff in Las Vegas. Emil. Hi, John.
Nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Thanks for joining me to talk about A Man in Full, streaming on Netflix on May 2nd. Well, Emil, your character is Roger White. He's a private attorney for the great Charlie Coker. And some people would say he's a fixer for Charlie Coker. What kind of man is Charlie Coker?
Oh, it's a big question, man. It's great to meet you, by the way. But I think he's a man out of time. He's a man that helped build an old world that's crumbling before him and doesn't know where his particular position is. I think he's a man that's got a lot of heart, a man that's used to making life happen in the way he wants it to happen. And, you know, with the moving pieces of the world, he's finding himself, you know, backed against the wall and trying to figure out who he's going to become. Is he going to become a different type of man in full, or is he going to stand in his glory? And Roger White kind of represents the opposite. He hasn't lived fully himself. You know, he's protected his wife, he's protected his child, he's taken the opportunity Charlie has given him and made a safe haven, a financial safe haven. But he's not always followed his heart and his spirit. And I think, you know, we all take different ways towards life. And, you know, I think whichever way you take, the other side starts knocking at a particular time. And we pick up Roger White's character. His spirit's knocking, saying, have I lived a life of meaning?
And John, tell us about Conrad Hensley.
Conrad Hensley. I sort of think of him as the working man archetype. He works in a warehouse in Charlie Coker's industry, and he's a loving, doting husband. Jill Hensley also works for Charlie Coker. She's his executive assistant, and they're expecting their first child. So there's a lot of sort of hope in their relationship at the start of the show, and then in classic drama style, we throw some monkey wrenches in their story, and their lives sort of get upended and they get separated, and he's facing legal trouble and trying desperately to get back to his family. But he's, you know, all these characters are facing that question of morality and their sort of point of view and what it costs to sort of really walk in your principles.
I was going to say, Amel, that Roger has many options. You know, he's conflicted staying with Charlie but he has to I love that line, he has to get dirt under his nails. But Roger's a man of principles, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, I often call him that the Sidney Poitier archetype of what we construct Sidney Poitier as in our cinematic minds, because he's filled with goodness, man, and but at the same time he's taken a road where I think he has had dirt under his nails, contrary to the line. It's just not the right type of dirt, you know. It's the dirt that actually helped build and protect things that he might not necessarily agree with. The mayor says, you know, if you want to have a life of purpose, you're going to have to get some dirt under your nails. And the mayor challenges him to go, you know, you had all these ideas about what the world was going to be like and what your life was going to be like, and how you were going to help shift consciousness, and you've not lived up to it. And I actually think that's a journey every person goes through. Have you done that or have you not? I find Roger's journey really personal, because it's like, you know, it's the question we all have to ask ourselves when we're moving through life. You know, what route have I taken? For me, I've taken the life of passion, and sometimes that's amazing, and sometimes it has its pitfalls in other areas of your life, you know, trying to really negotiate it. So I think Roger's journey represents, strangely enough, that every man and every woman in that sense, the question of his journey.
Especially when he's singing Mary Poppins to his kid. I love that. A British bank.
Well, that's just beautiful. Yeah. I got to use my accent in that one as well. Do you know what's funny? I had to kind of do this thing where I'm using the accent. A British bank is run with precision, but at the same time, at the end of it, like round it off and sound American at the end.
That's meta.
I remember every word of that too. A British
Yeah.
bank is run. I just love that. So I was cracking up when you saying that. And John, tell me what it's like reading a David E. Kelly script, one of the greatest writers in television.
Page Turner is the first thing I can think of. I feel like every scene is really sort of charged with something. You're getting so much information without knowing you're getting information because he makes the dialogue so natural. And then, Amel had the heavy lifting in terms of the legal jargon, which is another thing David does so well. But it's rich. That's sort of what it's very fertile ground for creating something visual. The way he puts these lives on a page, it's very tense. It's very charged, and that's the best material to work with.
And finally today, Mel, tell me about going one-on-one with Jeff Daniels. I was watching the first episode last night, and that first scene where you confront him, he is in your face, he is spitting venom. I mean, were you intimidated working?
Literally. I call it going one-on-one with the great one. Jeff's a powerful figure, and he respects anybody that has a dedication to the craft. He's unwavering about his craft, and he immediately, if you can take the ball, locks you into that ride with him and says, let's go. I recall one moment, though, when we were sitting down at crafting, he was like, Mel, have you seen episodes 4, 5, and 6? And I was like, no, I haven't seen it yet, mate. What's going on? He goes, you should probably take a look at 4, 5, and 6. It's just you talking. It's just you talking, all this legal work. And honestly, mate, I think that he's one of the better actors I've ever seen live. I said this to him not long ago, like, to watch him work, I'm like, yeah, I think this is the best actor I've personally worked with live. He was
Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. So yeah, seeing him on stage has got to be one of the greatest treats for an actor, I would think.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, congratulations on an incredible series. I'm only a few episodes in, and you guys are explosive. And thank you so much for your time today, and good luck with the show. Let's talk again soon.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Much. Take care.